What's going on, everybody? Travis with REC Garage, and in this video we are working on the bagged 29 Model A sedan, flathead powered. We're hopefully going to get this triple carb setup with 3 brand new Strawberry 97s running and dialed in today. We'll see. I was just at Joe's yesterday messing around with our buddy Dave's car, who had 2 Strawberry 97s on there. That was straight linkage, like my car. Messing around with jets and power valves. I don't have the jets and power valves to be messing around with anything yet. So hopefully straight out of the box I can just get these things going. I should be able to. With everything I've researched and stuff, this setup has worked fine for people, so hopefully it's the same story here. And this is quite a hot motor, so it's not like just a stock one that's getting 397s, and it's progressive linkage, so it's mainly going to run on the center carb until you're mashing on it, and then the other 2 come in. So we'll see what happens. All right, so first things first, I'm going to set up Kelly's garage so I can work outside under it. It would be cool to go inside and work on it, but it's outside, and the 36 Roadster is not easy to push and move around, and I'm going to be turning it on, so garage is probably out of bounds today. So let's go set this thing up. As you can tell, it's early morning because the sun is coming straight, and the shadow of the tent is not even under the tent at all. Let's move it back. First things first, learning from Joe. Alright, I give my credit, everything I know to work on these carburetors pretty much to my buddy Joe Lanny. So thanks, dude. So linkage on this side is loose, so I'm gonna try to start the engine and get it just idling, then kind of sync these 3 carbs together, lock the linkage on. It's that 40 degrees pointing forward, or 40 to 45, and then I can back this idle screw out and this idle screw out and just adjust everything from this middle carb. You can even take, because it just makes it less complicated. If you're trying to change the idle, instead of messing with 3, you just mess with 1, because it's all locked by this linkage anyway, so it's just all going to move as 1. Let's try and do that first off. Let's see if we get any leaks. Hope not, but you never know. Oh, you know what? I should do that this morning before I do this. Plugs, spark plugs. There's the pump. It's been a few days. That one's squirting fuel. That one's squirting fuel. And that one's squirting fuel. Okay. Let's just see before I get spark plugs if it even kicks over. It should. Sounds great. Okay, so I'm gonna go out and get 8 new spark plugs, just because these have been fouled out so many times. I don't want to mess with that. So good news already. Awesome, new Strombergs, man. Yeah, that's the plan. Get that. Spark plugs, wires are good, cap and rotor stuff is good. Gotta get a timing light to see exactly where it's at. I do have one in the house, or in the garage. Actually, I could sync these up now. that. So if you want me to explain this little unison tool, so this syncs up multiple carburetors, and how I use it. I don't know if this is right or wrong. There's a little screw doohickey in the center. You screw it back and forth, it lets, you know, the opening here, it makes it bigger and smaller. So what I do is I adjust it so it's kind of some level in the center. I like to pick this guy here, be above that one. So once you pick that one, you set one carb to be there, and then so you adjust this one so that one carb is where you want the level to be. Then you move it over, and then you adjust that carburetor so that float level is at the same spot. And then you do all the other carburetors, and then they are now synced. So then after that, you go ahead and you tighten up your linkage that connects them all, and then your carburetors are synced. You don't have to, you know, touch nothing. And then you back out all the idle screws, the idler screws, not the idle air mixer screws, the idle screws, except for the main one that you're gonna adjust the idle with. I chose the middle one, so we're gonna do it like that. But first, like I said, I'm gonna run a store quick, get some spark plugs. These were all fouled out and nasty. So they didn't have the normal Autolite 216 that I like to use, but they did have NGKs, and these are a little better. B6L, I keep trying to call it BL6, the B6L. I'm gonna gap those with 25 thou. Just do one at a time so I don't mix up any wires. And yeah, about it. Kind of. So I just tightened up this linkage again. I don't know if it's very tight. I tightened it. And I'm going to check if they're synced again, because sometimes the carbs might not be all the way closed when you're, you know, when you're tightening this stuff down. So I want to make sure, verify that they're still synced, and then I can back these two idle screws out. Okay, I was wrong, dead wrong. That thinking with the idle screws only works with straight linkage. This is progressive, so it does not work that way. So I gotta mess with it again. I messed it all up. I know you guys are screaming at the TV right now. Bear with me, all right? It all sounds great from here. I got no issues with any of this right now. I'm just gonna hook up the vacuum and vents back up. We should be ready to rock. So I'm gonna swap this little plug out for a vacuum port, because these Strombergs do not have vacuum ports on the carburetors, which is no big deal. I'll just take it from the intake. I had to do a little funky doohickey thing to make this work, so I found an adapter, and I found this little jobber that fits on perfectly there. And this, tell me it fits in the hole. Yes, it does. Okay, let me get some Teflon tape for this, just to make sure it seals good. Right. And always make sure you get the Teflon tape on the right way, because if it's not on the right way and you screw it in, sometimes you unscrew it off of the threads, which is very annoying. Is all the trash outside?
No. But I can talk about it, right?
You're good. Hey!
What's going on?
You know, trying to get this turd running. Okay. So, time is way off. Okay. Try it again. Yeah. Totally forgot. Time it with the vacuum advance off and put it on. Well, that sounds healthy. All right, dude, let's go. All right, until he moves, we're going on a little trip, seeing how this thing runs. Hopefully keep it cool. So we're gonna go on the first drive. I am gonna bake because it is hot. You already see these water droplets on my shirt. I'm already sweating through my shirt. Yeah, it's gonna be hot. We're gonna keep an eye on the gauges, eye on the sound. Hoping it's gonna be all right. Should be all right. Sounds great. Timing's good. New spark plugs, new carburetors, new engine. Pretty much. Got an alternator. There should be nothing wrong with this car. So let's go for a drive and see how it is. All right, let's see if I can get this thing to start. It should. see nothing wrong with this. All right, so that was a success. Doesn't break up when it goes on the top end. Does really good low speeds. I don't know. Pretty proud of myself on this one. Thanks to Joe and everyone who helped me out, just to tell me, hey, do this, make sure you do that, and I've, you know, learning along the way. I've come a long way. I'm not saying I'm a mechanic by any stretch of the imagination, but this thing runs now. You know, you guys are gonna say, of course it runs. You put new carburetors on it, you put new spark plugs, new it should run. Yeah, I know, but it didn't when it came here, so it runs. That was awesome. He's gonna come this weekend or later in this week, so I'm gonna keep driving this just to make sure, you know, I get all the bugs out of it. You know, maybe do a couple things. Like I told him I was gonna find a way to get these off of here, because these sitting on the motor is not the greatest thing for them. So I'll probably make a bracket that comes from these and just grabs these guys right here. Yeah, because that's hot. So yeah, take care of that so he doesn't get any vapor lock. And that's it. Everything else is, you know, hunky-dory. Put his grill back on probably the day before he comes. Just because that thing sits so low. Or maybe don't even take it. Don't even put it on. Give it to him later so he can put it on, because I want to go for a test drive with him and I don't want that grill scraping on the ground. Oh yeah, the only thing that bothers me about this car is the transmission makes a lot of noise when you let off the throttle. I don't know if he needs to add some fluid in it or what, but doesn't sound that great. I'll let him know that. Yeah, everything else pretty cool. Pretty cool. So 3-deuce setup, and it goes pretty good. I don't know if you could tell from the video, but it goes pretty good. A lot better than my Roadster pickup. Well, yeah, actually now, you know, it's almost 11 o'clock. I might want to rebuild my carburetors on Roadster pickup, the coffee break, because that doesn't run that great. And I have a coil from Dave. Thank you, Dave. Because I switched the points, but I kept the 1.5 ohm coil, and I should have changed to a 3 ohm. So I'm changing that out. That might have been an issue in itself, why it didn't run that great. But, you know, yeah, let's get to that. Let me get a drink, because it is hot. It is soupy. It is sticky. It's gross. So, cool. Success. It's rad. All right, so I'm going to go get this thing. Get the carbs changed. Or, sorry, rebuilt. On the Roadster pickup. About time, right? Haven't driven this thing in like a week and a half. And the last time I did, it was falling on its face. Hard. So, hopefully, we can change that. Because, you know, I got nothing to drive. So I need to drive it. And I gotta find a cap, because I left my gas cap on my cowl, because I was more worried about it running like crap than, you know, putting my gas cap back on. So, you know, I left it on, took a turn somewhere, slid off. I have no idea where. I searched and searched and searched. Still have not been able to find the gas cap. So, let's push this forward, rip those carbs off. This car's hot. I know it's been in the sun, but it's been under a cover. It's still hot. Jeez. Sweet. That is super low. It's the roof height when it's up. It's not all aired out. It's like the height of my cowl. I do need to raise this. This is pretty much on stock suspension minus reverse side springs. So I need to get that changed out, but all right, this should be easy enough. I want to get the fan out here blowing on me, because, man, like I said before, it is soupy out. And so this shouldn't be too hard. Done this many times. Fuel lines. Oh. Linkage off. Now it's pretty much just take the carbs off. And these guys. Sweet. Okay, here's one. This fan's a game changer, I'll tell you that for free. Man. Okay. Go inside and make these pretty. Alright, so I got the carbs off. I'm going to do a quick little rebuild. Just put all these parts in from Stromberg service kit. I am probably not going to get the whole thing, the whole recording. I'm going to try and put a time lapse on. Both my batteries are kind of dead, so that's not good. So I'm going to try. I'm going to see what I can do. I don't have my key. All right, battery died when I lost my key, but I'll show you what happened, and both my batteries were dead. Since I'm using Kelly's camera now, I don't know if you noticed the video quality better, but that is why I'm using Kelly's camera. So it is hot, I look terrible, but don't mind my ugly mug. Let's talk about the car. So Carburetors were rebuilt. I resynchronized them like I did with those three over there. You know, adjusted this. With this carb setup, I can do what I was talking about. Keep this rod loose that connects the two, synchronize them, tighten it up, and then loosen the idle screw on this one because it's affected by this guy. But that's neither here nor there. This is the 3 ohm coil that I got from Dave. I think it's awesome because it's like this flat blue. I'm gonna keep the part number for this one because I want to get more of these because I think they're sweet. What else did I do? New plugs. I put NGKs in because I had the same problem with this one. It was getting overfueled, and because the carburetors were just leaking into the intake manifold. So I redid those. I put what are they? They are NGKs B6L or something. B6L, yep. So I got those in both of these cars. It's running good, and I had to put this on for now. Like I was saying with my gas cap, I lost it. I don't have another one for some reason. I'm gonna have to peruse eBay and try to find a cheap one because I like the stock. And this is a certain patina that I like, that the cap, like, it had it perfect. This does not match at all, but it doesn't let the gas fall out. So that's gonna have to be there for now. It kind of looks a little off. But let's start this up and I'll show you. That's already on. Key on. Fuel on. Got an exhaust leak on this side. Yep, back here. Wicked exhaust leak. Okay, so I'm gonna try to tighten these and fix that. But I can feel that spitting out there. Yeah, it runs good. So that's nice. Got coffee break back up and running, so I can like do my errands now. I don't have to be a peasant without a hot rod. But yeah, it's exciting. Carbs don't leak anymore. Everything's all good. It's been like carburetor week, carburetor few days, few weeks. You know, I'm liking it because I'm learning a lot. Yeah, that's about it for this, I guess. Got this running. Got this running. I even, oh, this is what else I did on this, the BBS rod. I hooked up a choke lever, choke cable, because his did not work, and whoever put it in before, I know it wasn't him, he who shall not be named, like didn't tighten it up. So when you pulled it, you pulled the whole thing, and there was nothing holding it on this, the carburetor side. So it was just they didn't know what the heck they were doing. So, you know, I got an Edelbrock one. Look at that, magic. So we should be all set. Brand new NGK plugs, brand new Strombergs from England. What is this? Petronix flamethrower distributor. I put the timing light on it. It's timed, set at 0. If you want to mess with it a little more, you can. But I tend to find that flatheads run good when they are just at top dead center. Well, timed at 0, I guess. Yeah, what else? I put on these Wittick thumb screw clamps just to give it a little extra style. Yeah, this thing's ready to rock. You should have no issues with this for a while. Just one more thing I gotta do is make a bracket for these fuel lines, and that's it. I'll do that now, then he'll be ready to go. I'm gonna drive around for this week until he picks it up, just to make sure everything's good. I don't want any gremlins coming up, because sometimes you set the idle for one thing. Sometimes you set the idle and you got it good, whatever, and the next day you take it out and it's way too low. It happened to me when I just took it out. I set the idle, I went driving, and it was way too high. Like I would stop and it would just be like too high. So I brought it down in the parking lot, and it's good now. We'll see. I'm driving it for a little bit, but man, good day. 2 things running. The 2 things that are actually in the driveway run and drive and stop, steer. It's all good. Notice how I said driveway, because that is in the lawn. Sorry, Kelly. That's next, though. We gotta stop at Providence Street Garage, drop off the pistons, rods, crank, all the bearings and stuff, and have them assemble her 37 motor. So she'll be all set. She'll have a little, you know, rebuilt 37, 21 stud center water outlet. Those are cool motors. Yeah, man, right on. So that is it for this. I will catch you guys on the next video. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope my mechanic skills weren't as cringy as usual. Thanks, guys.